Tonight I'm going to be interviewing David Blackman. He's the CEO of, drumroll please, Divi Space. They are a WordPress plugin and development company. And they also do themes. Isn't that cool? So we're going to be talking about WordPress for live streamers. Let's get started. Let's get started. WordPress for live streamers.
Hey, Sammy.
Yeah, what's up?
How are you, my friend? Thanks
I'm
for having
doing
me.
great.
Awesome. Super excited to be here.
I'm getting Divvy up.
Uh-oh. It's getting divvy up. I'm going to switch my headphones around. Hey, Steve. How's it going? Whether or not, you're supposed to be a professional live streamer, right? By putting your in-ear monitors on the back of you instead of the front of you hanging down. So I'm still learning this live streaming thing. How's everybody doing tonight? Sammy, I'm super excited to be here with you and to talk about something that I am very, very passionate about and absolutely love.
Even though you don't do the code.
Even though I don't do the code, you're right. I still build websites. I can build websites. That is the beauty of
Divi.
Divi is a page builder. It's drag and drop. It came out in 2013, December of 2013. And I remember when I came across it, I thought, oh my goodness, I can build a website with this.
Wait. So who owned it first?
Well, Elegant Themes is the creator of Divi. They create Divi. We create products for Divi, third-party products for Divi. So Divi Space and Aspen Grove Studios, my companies, create Divi product plugins and themes, child themes for it, if that makes sense.
That's great. Steve. Awesome. We have some amazing things. So you're the digital Buddha. You're a master at WordPress, at live streaming, at the SM7B.
The Shore SM7B.
You started it.
Hey, I love to do that. I feel like this microphone just makes me sound so good.
Yes, it does. It does. Yes. Okay.
Hey, Miss Streaks. Oh, Michael's even in the audience. Go ahead.
Hey, Michael. Isn't it like bedtime for you in the UK?
He says, Sammy, I can stay up late sometimes if I want to and watch my friends live stream.
So you're pulling a Sammy.
It's pulling a Sammy. That's right.
Great. I was up late last night.
Well, you went down the Envato Elements rabbit hole, didn't you?
And I love it. I went to bed at 3 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
It's 2 a.m. for Michael. Yeah. I saw you were live with the stream guys, the stream show.
Yeah, the stream show. Yeah, with DJ
Brand.
Strick and Brant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So let's get started. So why should a content creator have a website?
Well, I think it's really, really important for the audience, any content creator or creators, period, to own their own platform. And unfortunately, there's, a lot of options out there for content creators to use to have websites. I think that you should always be driving traffic back to a platform that you own, so that you have control. You can, no matter what happens, you can still connect with your audience. So if, let's just say, YouTube goes down, probably is not ever going to happen, but let's just say it goes down, then at least they can still find you on their website. Whereas if on your website, whereas if you only have a YouTube channel and you're a YouTuber and, something happens, YouTube goes down, the government shuts down YouTube for whatever crazy reason, or let's just say that YouTube decides to change their algorithm, which they do quite often, and your stuff's not ranking as well anymore. That can affect you. So it's really, really important to have your own platform so that you can drive your audience to, and have a place where they know where they can find you and stuff. And also you can serve them better because you can have complete control over your own platform, and do the things that you want to do for your audience and stuff, whereas you may not be able to do that with somebody else's platform. So does that make sense, Sammy? All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Sammy's switching, I'm switching. I got two scenes set up that I just did quickly, so right before.
And and we're both using eCam. Okay.
Oh yes.
What is your favorite part in Divi? Your favorite part.
Ooh. My favorite part.
Tonight I'm gonna be interviewing. Oh, wrong scene.
Hey, that's okay. That's why we live, stuff happens when you go live, so it's all right. We recover quickly though. My favorite thing with Divi. I think for me, my favorite thing about Divi is the fact that it's easy to use. So, Sammy, we kind of let the cat out of the bag at the beginning of the show. I do own a WordPress plugin and theme development company. We do client services as well, and I'm not a developer. I don't write code. I can learn and hack code. I'm pretty good with CSS and HTML front end development languages, but I'm not a back end developer. So Divi allowed a person like me be able to create really, beautiful websites, high converting websites without any, development skills. And I think that's huge because the majority of people that are, that using websites, that need websites, that have websites are people who are not developers and they're not coders. So Divi is what's called a page builder, and it's drag and drop. So, you go onto the back end, you open up the Divi builder or the front end, whichever you decide to develop in, more than likely the front end these days. You're going to have a lot of options, a lot of modules in there that are clearly labeled. So you want an email opt in, there's an email subscribe form, which you just click a button, automatically inserts that into your website on your web page. Well, that's huge. Prior to that, you would have to get the code, insert it into your website, and it was kind of scary for a non-developer and stuff. So I think for me, my favorite thing is the ability to build websites, and not be a developer. No code needed.
That's amazing. Like, because there's maybe some people out there that don't have the resources that just like drag and drop. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah,
And and that's great. And
yeah.
Divi's great.
Yeah, Divi's been the number one WordPress theme for about the last 5 years. It's just so easy to use that, I mean, it makes total sense to me as to why, it is the number one theme because it's super easy to use. Now, there are some other page builders out there that are just as good. Elementor is one, Beaver Builder is one. I've met and know a lot of the owners of these companies, and they're great people. The WordPress community is a lot like the Ecamm Live community. Very helpful. It's not a competitive place where it's like, I'm out to crush you and you're out to crush me. We get together, we hang out, we drink coffee or have a beer or do whatever, and it's just like the Ecamm Live community. So it's really awesome. WordPress is a great thing.
That's great.
Awesome.
Why did you start doing WordPress hosting on Divi?
Ooh, that's a very good question, Sammy. Um, you know, hosting is it's like building a house or anything. The foundation of that you build the home on, for example, is the most important thing. If you have a faulty foundation, your house is not going to be stable, and it could potentially, come crashing down at some point. So hosting is very much the same. Hosting is the base. It's the foundation of your web presence, the website, and it's the most important thing. I have a WordPress podcast that I've been doing daily for about 4 years. And I often say on this, if you're serious about your business, you need to be serious about your hosting. So there's lots of hosting companies out there. Hosting is pretty inexpensive, and they're all trying to get you to come onto their platform. Well, what they know is that most people they aren't educated with what to look for and what's most important for their business or their website. So a lot of times hosting is, there's a lot of hosts out there that just aren't good. So shared hosting, for example, is a server with 1,000 websites on it, and you can be doing everything, to the letter of the law, the best practices for a website security and all of that stuff, but you're only as secure as your neighbor. So the other 999 people that are on that server, and the majority of them aren't doing what needs to be done to keep a website secure. So a lot of times those hosts are compromised. Page builders, as I mentioned, they tend to be heavy. I'm going to use the term heavy. The bloated code. They're not as streamlined as when you have a lot of moving parts like a page builder where you can drag and drop. There's some compromise. So you lose performance, you lose speed, and one way that you can, help with that is definitely optimizing your site. But a lot of these hosts aren't designed to handle page builders. They put in the minimum requirements that WordPress needs to run, and they're just interested in getting your money. So what we did was I had my development team optimize a hosting environment to where, page builders would be optimized. The P- PHP setting, recommended PHP settings for each page builder, like Divi, Elementor, Beaver Builder, Gutenberg, and making sure that the programming languages on the hosting side, on the server side, are the best that can be to run page builders, and then optimizing the servers to specifically focus on page builders. So since our whole company is built around page builders and WordPress, we decided to go ahead and we saw a need and we decided to fill it. So last year we developed our own hosting company, and we have bare metal servers and stuff that are
That's amazing.
yeah, it's awesome.
How long does it take to make a website with Divi? How long?
Well, I feel like that might be a trick question, Sammy. Is that a trick question, or is it?
No.
I'm gonna tell you two things. You can have a website on Divi up and running in less than an hour if you use a child theme that's pre-designed. So my company, Divi.space, AspenGroveStudios.com, we have child themes on our website. They're basically pre-designed templates that are already built for Divi and WordPress. So if you have an e-commerce store, you can go by Divi e-commerce. It's completely styled, and you can install Divi and WordPress and that child theme on your own hosting company and have a website up within less than an hour. If you build a custom website from scratch and you start with WordPress and you put Divi on it, because Divi comes out of the box a blank slate. It is creative, and whatever your mind can dream up, if you have the skill set, you can build it, and that's going to take a little bit more time. So it depends on the type of website that you're building. E-commerce is obviously very big website. It's going to take a lot longer than it will take a brochure website, for example, which may have a home page, an about page, a blog, and a contact page. Those can be thrown up pretty quickly. Divi comes pre-built with templates in their library, which allows you to, they're already pre-designed, so you can select some of those templates, modify them, edit them, add your own branding, your own colors, your logos and stuff, and you can have a website up if you're an experienced WordPresser. And like I said, less than an hour. If you're not an experienced WordPresser, you could probably have a website up, depending on how technical you are and your gusto and stuff. I would say, within a day or two, if you went that route. So, yeah, hope that answers the question.
And always remember, there's a thing called YouTube.
There is. YouTube taught me how to build websites. I'll tell you, I lived on it when I first
And
started. So,
also, there's a lot of YouTubers plus Divi Space,
right.
the one that we are talking about. They have amazing YouTube channel. So if you need help step by step, you can say,
Yeah.
hey, how to make a countdown for a website on WordPress. There's a video. How to use Divi theme. Why Divi is good. And like if you need some reviews or like you're like, should I get Divi? Should I not? You can type in it and it spits out. And what if everything was good? Because it's amazing service. It is. So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, and I'm really passionate. I've been on the website of things for a while and building up over there and producing content in a different format than live streaming and video content. Some video content, but not much. Predominantly it's been in the form of blog posts. And when we decided to really up our video game in 2021 and come over to YouTube and start doing more tutorials and stuff like this, I realized that there were a lot of amazing creative content creators who, were missing something that was very important in my opinion, which was, the Google side of things, which is search engine number 1 and YouTube is search engine number 2. So, if you can marry those two, then it's fantastic. You can really, really own the world, so to speak. So, hopefully it'll help us, even more when, this year with YouTube and stuff. Can I talk a little bit about my YouTube channel and what it's gonna be
Oh,
about, Sammy, or
yes, yes, yes,
or do
yes.
or do you have a specific question? I don't wanna derail your
No,
questions, but,
no, no, no. You
I feel
guys
like
have to subscribe to the Digital Buddha, one of
yeah,
the
I feel
best Buddhas on the internet. And also, there will be links in the description for the
yeah,
channel already.
yeah,
So, and I'm going to post the link right now to his channel.
yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
thank
and
you,
you're
Sammy.
about to hit 200 subscribers.
I am. It's a brand new channel, and I'm rapidly approaching 200 subscribers. So we made some decisions, some pretty big decisions this week because in the companies, I'm one of the co-founders of Let's Get Live, also, which is going to be your live streaming education resource, and I'm going to be, my Digital Buddha channel is actually going to be, WordPress and e-commerce simplified. So if you want to know about WordPress, e-commerce, definitely come over to the Digital Buddha. I'm going to be, I'll take you everywhere from building an entire e-commerce website with Divi all the way through. I've got a 10-week series planned that'll walk you through doing that. I'm also going to be producing content around live streaming, owning your own digital real estate, and giving you, you know, things that we have done that have made me very successful on the Google side. I'm going to share that knowledge on my YouTube channel and teach you how to grow your own website on that side of things. So I know there's not a lot on there now, but I'm going to be streaming on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Sometimes it may be pre recorded content, just depends on the type of content, but there will be new content every week, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific and Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific. So, yeah,
Great.
awesome.
I'm very excited.
Me too.
So why aren't
I'm
you
excited.
doing that on Divi Space or or all of your
Yes.
other yeah.
Well, I in becoming, partners with some very awesome YouTubers and being in the Ecamm Live community, and talking with Doc and
Mhm.
Diana and Lemuel and India, it's been brought to my attention that you shouldn't have multiple channels. So my original plan was to produce content on those specific channels for those specific brands. And when I learned that it's very hard to manage and grow multiple channels, we decided as a team and as a company that it would be best that I produce all of the content on one channel, the Digital Buddhist channel, and then I can direct, wherever that traffic needs to go, or whatever the type of video that I'm doing, whether it's Divi Space related, Aspen Grove Studios related, or I can also drive traffic to Let's Get Live. So, yeah. And we will still have the Divi Space YouTube channel and the Aspen Grove Studios, but it will be only product videos. So, or videos that showcase our products and stuff.
What's
So, yeah.
Divi Life?
Divi Life is a good friend of mine, Tim Streifler. He does the WP the podcast with me at WPGears.com.
And I
We
think he
do some
uses
courses
Ecamm.
together. He does, because Tim is actually the way I found Ecamm. And it's kind of a funny story. Sammy, I'm gonna tell this story first here live. You're gonna get the breaking story.
The
It's Diana Gladney's the reason why I am using Ecamm Live, and it's kind of interesting that I'm now business partners with Diana Gladney and one of the co-founders of Let's Get Live, because Tim and I do a daily podcast for, like I said, about 4 years now. And last year we decided to do some live streaming, and we would jump on and live stream. Every now and then we would let people behind the scenes see us recording the podcast, um, and he was using Ecamm Live, and I didn't know at the time. He was doing the production and he was managing, doing what you're doing right now, and I was just on it, and I wasn't on the back like this. We were just doing it through Zoom. He was using Ecamm Live as well, and he found Ecamm Live by watching Diana Gladney's tutorials. So, we basically, you know I'm using Ecamm Live because of Diana Gladney, and a year plus later, I'm business partners with her and Let's Get Live. So it's
that's
kind of like kind of mind blowing, when you think
that's
about it.
amazing.
It's
The
pretty cool,
digital
you know.
Buddha. Okay. This question is going to be very important for some people
Uh oh. Okay, I'm ready. Let me
because a
sit
lot
back.
of people make this mistake
Okay,
and
I'm
it's
ready. I'm ready.
known. And I heard you have this conversation last night. If
Uh oh.
someone has a website on Wix, Squarespace, or Weebly,
Yeah.
why would you tell someone to switch to WordPress?
Oh, that's a very good question, Sammy. Well, I would tell them to switch to WordPress or some other platform that you own. Squarespace, Wix, and Weebly are great platforms, and they serve a purpose. But the problem is that you don't own those platforms. They own them. They control them. You're limited on what it is that you can and cannot do. You can only do what they allow you to do. But more importantly, if again, like I started saying in the beginning with YouTube, you know, what happens if Wix, Weebly, or Squarespace change their business model, or they go out of business, or what happens to, you know, what happened to Facebook recently in Australia, where the Facebook just pulled all the business pages down, schools, nonprofits, and people were using another platform and they didn't own it. And all of a sudden, their business was shut down online because they didn't own it and someone else controlled it. So, in essence, the bottom line is you need to own your own digital real estate. I am extremely passionate about that. And when I use the term digital real estate, you need to have your own website. And I don't mean on Squarespace because you don't own that. Squarespace owns that. You need to have a website on a host somewhere that you control 100%. So WordPress is great for that because it's the number one platform in the world. 40% of the top 10 million websites on the internet are built with WordPress. It's highly supported, tons of documentation, YouTube videos. If you want to do it yourself, it's open source, it's free. It's just a fantastic platform. If you have the development skill set to build your own custom website with HTML, for example, you can do that as well. You just need to own your own stuff so that you can have control over it in the event that, somebody has a wild hair and decides to do something really kind of freaky and you can't control it at all. So that's the main reason.
Yeah.
And I'm getting good at switching my scenes back and forth, Sammy. We doing good tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, go
What?
ahead. I just wanted to mention, that is an awesome looking shirt you got on.
I
Um,
thought you were gonna wear that.
I put it in the washing machine and I forgot to try it. So I promise you, I'm gonna be wearing I did an unboxing last night of my shirt in the Ecamm Live community, and I have that very shirt and I love it. And, the Nixon's Press and Sew did a great job with it. So sorry, keep going. I wanted to
Okay.
promote your stuff for a little bit.
What is the best Divi theme for content creators? The best.
Ooh, the best. Well, the best is the one that you design and develop to fit your audience. So I know that's not the answer that Sammy was looking for, but you know, what's important for people to understand that the first question that I ask anybody that I work with is what are the goals of your website? So, the goals of your website might be different for everyone. You may want to acquire users, so user acquisition may be the most important thing to you. So you're going to need to set that website up to bring those when the user comes to your site, you take them through this journey to where you can get their email address, for example. You may want to do free giveaways or downloads or educate them in some way and give them incentive to give them their email address so that you can continue to you know connect with them. Some people may want to sell products like Sammy Superstar, who has a merch store, who may want to sell his T-shirts and his awesome merch that he has. Some people may want to sell digital products like Bradley Vinson, who is amazing in the Ecamm Live community with overlays and stuff. So he has some things that you can purchase to take your live streaming to the next level, as well as Let's Get Live. We will have those things as well. Or you may want to teach people and you may sell courses. You may want to educate people and stuff. So it really depends on what the goal of your website is. So I can't say go buy out this one because live streamers are all different. And the most important thing that you need to know is what is the main goal of your website? And that's going to determine what the best theme is. So if it's e-commerce, I'm going to say, go look at some of our e-commerce child themes. They're amazing. And we design them to convert. So if you are a course creator, we have course child themes. If you are a nonprofit, we have nonprofits that, whether you take donations, sell products, have events, it just depends. There's so many different things. So it really, really just depends on, what your goals of your website is.
And this is
That's
the
a beautiful
website,
site. That's a beautiful site there, Sammy. I
Divvy
might be a little
Space.
biased. I might be a little biased. So just saying. I see some people in
And
the audience.
he
Hi,
was talking
John.
about it. So let's show them the themes right now. So
Well,
there's hosting,
yep.
divvy.space/hosting.
Yeah. If you go to the shop, you can go into the child themes and see some different designs and stuff.
And
Yeah, those
let's talk
go ahead.
about
Hi,
pricing.
Collie. Yeah. You can get hosting for a single website for as low as $15 per month. And that's managed.
$15 a month is cheap, I feel like.
It is. It's pretty inexpensive, and especially for managed hosting because, it's secure. We handle the updates, the backups of the site, which are three of the most important things with a website and hosting is backups, security, and updates. Those are the three things that I recommend that you let a professional handle. The beautiful thing about WordPress is it is open source. It's free. There's tons of content out there to teach you how to use it and stuff. But the one thing that I highly recommend you allow a professional to handle, and that is your security, your updates, and your backups. Because, updates in WordPress, it says, updates available. There's a button there, and you could just click them. Absolutely 100%. However, you got to remember that these are many different pieces of software that are working together. So if this one has an update, but this one hasn't updated to make itself compatible with this one, then there could be a conflict and it could crash your site. So it's really, really important that you allow a professional to handle that aspect. So, yeah, sorry, Sammy, I went down a different rabbit hole. Collie says
That's
we out
fine.
here. Steve
What
says boom. Yeah, go ahead.
so there's many child themes.
Correct. Yes.
Many child themes.
And it just depends on what your needs are. So we have lots of child themes that focus on different genres of business, and that's our latest Divi e-commerce Pro. If you click View Demo, you can go take a look at it and stuff, and they're all designed basically pre-designed templates that my team designed and you can just go in and reskin it basically, all of the functionalities there. Now, I will tell you, if you go out to get a quote on an e-commerce website, you're probably going to get a quote around $10,000 because e-commerce websites are complex, and they're beasts and they're not cheap. So, going the child theme route might be the best thing for you. So, instead of we don't do client services, very few client services today. Um, but our we don't keep the lights on by building websites for people anymore. So we try to serve the masses and stuff. So, these templates, there may be 100, 1,000 of them, or tens of thousands in use, but they're all branded to their own style and stuff. So I think that's the most important thing that you need to do is just make sure that you kind of brand it to yourself and make it unique and stuff.
So if someone wants to get a child theme right now, how
Mhm.
much does it usually cost? The base and then the most expensive.
Ooh, well, my philosophy is a little bit different. The least expensive is, guess what, Sammy? Drum roll, free. You can go to the repository wordpress.org and you can download some free child themes. The problem with free, however, is you gotta think about support. WordPress is software that's updating regularly. So if if it's updating and the people who created the free child theme aren't updating it to make it compatible with the latest WordPress and stuff, then you could have some issues. So a lot of companies create what are called child themes, and a child theme basically is a a theme is a it's like a parent-child relationship. So WordPress would be the parent theme, and a child theme sits on top of it, and you edit the child theme so that your parent theme doesn't break when there's an update. You won't lose all of the hard work that you've done and stuff. So we sell our child themes for, I think, as low as $39 a year, and I think the most expensive one's like 49 or something. It's pretty inexpensive. But I have some colleagues and peers who sell theirs for $150 a year, and that's just not my model and stuff. My model is just to make it affordable for as many people as we can, and it works really well for us. So yeah,
Yes. So some people, that's happening. Just happened to me 2 weeks ago with an update.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. How easy do you think Divi is?
Oof, I think it's pretty easy. I mean, a knucklehead like me could build a website with it. So I'm going to go with I think on a scale it's if you have any you know technical skill at all, it'll be pretty easy with you. If you have the ability to learn and you're willing to just do a little bit of research and watch some YouTube videos and stuff, then you can absolutely do it and stuff. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this in here right now cuz time is money. And whatever your genius is, your genius may be like Kali's in the audience, and she is a yoga instructor, and she is a phenomenal yoga instructor. And her
No,
genius
no,
is
no, no.
yoga.
No,
Is-
that's the
I'm not-
wrong Callie.
oh, it is. Okay. Okay. That's Callie. All right.
Callie
Well,
works
I'm
with
still
no, she works at Live Streaming Pros. So
okay. Cool. Hi, Callie. Sorry.
different people, different
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm
jobs.
still gonna use him as an example. I'll use Kali as an example, um, because Sammy knows Kali as well, and she, obviously COVID hit, and she had to transition her business from live yoga classes to online virtual classes, and her genius is teaching yoga. It's not building websites. So time is money. So my recommendation to you is, if you have the resources, pay someone. Get your website up as fast as you can and focus on your genius. Now, if you don't have the resources, but you have the willingness and determination, you can absolutely build your website. Anybody can do it, I believe. So there. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does.
Fantastic.
What are your thoughts, your true thoughts of 95% of YouTubers say this video is sponsored by Squarespace? It's an amazing website. It's $20 a month. It's
Yeah.
great. It's powerful.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, again, I think Squarespace is a great platform. The problem that I have with it is that it's proprietary and it's owned by a company that can, you know, do what they want with their company. So if they change their model 10 years from now and you've put all this energy, let's just say 10 years, $20 a month, $240 a year, you've paid, times 10, you've paid about $2,500 over that 10 years, right? Well, you could spend that same amount of money or probably half that and using a child theme and have your own custom developed website that you own and, you know, that you control 100%. Squarespace is not going to be a place where you are going to, as you grow as an online educator and stuff, you're not going to be able to do everything that you necessarily want to do in a Squarespace, because they don't allow you to add, custom plugins and custom functionality to their platform. You're only limited to what they will offer you. And of course, they're glad to offer it to you at a nice upsell price. So, yeah, I mean, it's a platform. I think ultimately your goal, your long-term goal should be to own your own platform. If Squarespace is a place where you need to start, then start there. It's more important to have a website than not have a website. So start there and then have the goal in mind to, you know, get yourself on your own platform. And I think YouTubers need to make money too, Sammy. So they're making some money. They
And they
affiliates
say,
and
this video is sponsored by Squarespace. This is great. Oh, get
that's
my
right.
discount price. Use Sammy Superstar at checkout. And
Right.
speaking of this topic, this website helped me publish my online store. Or, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Do you know
Yeah.
what time it is?
What time
It's
is it, Sammy?
Q&A time. Q&A
Q&A
time.
time. Let's go. Let's go.
So if you have any questions, you can ask right now. It's Q&A. And for the people that are watching on the replay, thank you guys for watching. We're not ending for like the live chat, but this is the Q&A time. So
Yeah, and
here's
hey,
David's channel, here's mine, blah blah
you
blah.
know where I'm at. If you got a question and you need help and you came after the live stream was over, shoot me an email, send me a message on one of the socials, or hop on over to my YouTube channel and leave me a comment.